Leather and Fray. It's crafting with Jen. And I want to craft with you. I want to help you create leather jewelry. Leather jewelry is trending. Leather jewelry is super hot. What are we going to create today? Well, I know that I want to make a new one. Okay, today I thought we could make one of my styles called the Northwest Scallop. And I live in the Northwest. I love this earring. Here is a pair in black, and here's pink, and then here's a brown color. I make a pattern for most all of my designs, and as you can see, it's just a hand-drawn guy. You draw them in on cardstock and then cut them out, and then I reuse them again and again and again. I'm sure you've seen me use this. This is my handy-dandy gel pen. I use this to trace on most of my leather. This white gel pen tends to be my go-to. I'm just gonna trace 2 of these out. Now I've got them both drawn onto my leather. I'm going to grab one of my favorite pairs of scissors. They're these black scissors that I get from the local leather store. And they're great for detail. They just cut really nicely. So what I'm gonna do first though is just cut roughly around my pattern because it makes it a lot easier to cut these. So now I've got them cut separate like that. Okay, now I'm gonna cut. Okay, now I have them both cut out. I'll show you. There is still a little bit of gel pen around, so I'm gonna show you how to take that off real quick. I don't know if you can hear, but I have my window open and it's raining outside. It's just a lovely sound. Here is my little cat. This is my studio cat. Her name's Timberline, and she's just got this rustic look to her. She's gonna go do something. We see a little bit is on the edges. So a little bit of it, just a damp kitchen washcloth, and it'll take it right off. Okay, and you can see there's no more gel pen on my leather pieces. You can see, here, you can probably see that there is fuzz on the back. I can either hand cut those edges. I call it giving my earrings a haircut. So I can either do that, or I can use this burnishing agent that I have discovered. And I've got a little cutting board that I'm gonna use. Yeah, there's my cat back there. Oh, she's jumping in the windowsill. Okay, let's see. I have a paintbrush that I use. Now, what I'm gonna do is take my leather pieces face down. So I've got the furry side up, and I'm gonna paint this burnishing agent onto my leather. I'm gonna go ahead and paint it on both pieces. I like to let it soak in, just get a minute to soak in. All right. If you make leather jewelry and you have not discovered burnishing agent, I'm telling you, it's gonna change your life. It is what helps you to get the finished edges. It's activated by heat and friction. That's why I'm rubbing my finger around the edges. Look at that. And you can see that that nap is laid down really nicely and the back is nice and smooth. So several other reasons that I like the burnishing agent, and I'm gonna actually paint just a smidge more on. It makes my leather jewelry pieces a little bit stiffer, so they hold up better for my customers. And I really want my customers to be able to enjoy their leather jewelry forever. Because it really can last forever. So I'm gonna lay these down flat on my board. I don't want them to curl when they dry. I want them to lay nice and flat. If I'm gonna do any trimming, I'm gonna do it after they dry. But I just get to walk away for a few minutes while these babies dry out and become beautiful. I'm gonna need 2 jump rings, an earring hook, and some wire. Now, if that all sounds like Chinese to you, don't worry. It's really quite simple. But
we're gonna make these wires, we're gonna bend these wires, and then we have these ear hooks at the top, and then the 2 jump rings to attach our wire.
Okay, I keep all my wire in a tub, and as you can see, I have lots of wire. I have square, I have different gauges. Since I made these before in gold, I'm gonna go ahead and go with gold for her. Okay, I'm gonna go with a thinner wire. This one is, it doesn't say, but I'm gonna imagine it's an 18 or 20 gauge. It's just a little bit thinner and it's gonna be a little bit easier to maneuver. Now, I've got this, I bought this, it's a ring size, or it's a metal, yeah, just for rings, but I bend my wire around this, and it has a screw on the bottom. I can actually attach it to a piece of wood, which would make it a lot nicer because right now it falls over a lot. But I use this all the time, and you can use anything. You could use, like, I've got a tube of lip gloss. You can use a tube of lip gloss to bend your wire around. It just is helpful to have something that's round to bend your wire around. All right, so I am going to, let's see, I actually do have a pattern for how much wire I use, but it is not an exact science, and you do not have to have this perfect by any means. Let's see. So I cut a piece of wire in the right size, and then I have a little picture of the style of the earring that this goes with. So I know that this is my wire pattern. I know, I literally have patterns for everything. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just line these up. Now I have basic tools. I have just a simple set of wire cutters. You can get these at Harbor Freight for like $1. They hardly cost anything. So to get started in leather jewelry, it doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg. Also, okay, I'm lining these up, and I'm just gonna cut 2 earring wires. I really first started getting into leather jewelry because I walked into a craft store and I had no idea they sold junk bags of leather. And I happened to walk by and see the junk bags, and they just kind of looked intriguing to me. And there was this one that had this rustic gold in it, and I ended up buying this $9 piece of junk leather, started making earrings, and absolutely fell in love with leather. I am such a fan. I don't need my wire cutters anymore, but I am going to need, these 2 tools are the tools I use the most. These have round little, well, they're just great for bending wire. They have round circular things at the top. And then these are just a basic needle nose plier that has the grip in it. And I use these all the time. What I'm gonna do is take my wire and I'm gonna just bend it around. Doesn't really matter where. I'm going down lower on my ring just because I'm kind of going for something a little bit bigger, but just find something around your house that's round enough and you can bend your wire. Okay, I'm gonna show you what those look like. So, whoops, I just bent them like that, and because I bent them roughly at the same place on my ring sizer, then they match. And then what I'm gonna do is take each end, and I'll show you, and I'm going to make a little loop at the bottom of each one of these. Okay, now they each have little holes at the bottom. Now I just need my 2 jump rings. Jump rings are, I don't know why they call them jump rings, but they're little rings. I'm gonna go with a slightly larger size, not too small. I could go with smaller, but it's sort of fun to have a little bit of drama in my earrings. So I'm going with this size right here. And I just need 4 of those. So I've got those. And then I need earring hooks. Okay, I'll show you what I picked out. Earring hooks come in all kinds of shapes and sizes, and I'm just gonna go with a basic gold. I think that's just very classy, very pretty. Now, what we've got to do, my leather has been drying over here, getting all super nice. And what I'm gonna do is punch a hole. Yeah. Just making sure that my hole puncher is on the smallest setting. Okay, and I just punched little holes in the tops of the earrings. Okay, done with those. All right, now I have actually 2 sets of needle nose pliers. I could just use these ones and my round ones. It doesn't matter, but for this, I just switch them up because what I'm gonna do is use them as my hands. Pick it up like so, and I'm going to use my other pliers to open up the ring like that. And then what I'm going to do is take and put it through one side hole, and then I just take my wire, if I can get it, I take my wire like so, and I put it in the ring just like that. Can you see that? All right, and then I'm going to close that up. Now I'm going to pick up another jump ring, open it up just like I showed you. I'm going to, again, just loop it through my leather piece and my wire piece. Straighten up the little ends. I like to just make sure when I'm closing a jump ring that, whoops, sorry, I make it as tight as possible. You don't want your earrings falling apart later, so just a little detail. Now, if you can see this, I have it on, but I'm gonna play with the wire just slightly so that it's pulling it a little bit wider, my wire, because I want my jump rings to kind of be up and down so that the wire pieces match the width. Okay, and so now that I've got that lined up, that looks really good, I'm gonna go ahead and just do the other one. Now I've got 2 almost complete earrings. Last part is just putting on the earring hooks. Okay, here we go. I've got an earring card holder, and I'm going to go ahead and put my earrings on the card. And then I have these little backs, rubber back. I always recommend wearing your rubber backs with your earrings. And look what I've got, a beautiful pair of earrings for my friend. If you liked my show and you would like to see more, and don't forget to subscribe. If you liked my show and want to see more, I would love to share more tips and tricks on how to make fabulous leather jewelry with you. Until next time, cheers from Portland, Oregon, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.